Let's light one in the air for Nipsey Hussle. Yeah. I feel good. I feel great. I feel amazing. Yeah, this that shit that make the speaker shake. Got me feeling great. Yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm on my shit today. You can hate, just move out the way. I'm from the H, and I'm feeling great. Yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm on my shit today. You can hate, just move out the way. Watch me. Low key hood flex. Good weed, good sex. Good vibes, no stress. Good life, so blessed. From the H, and I'm feeling great. Yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm on my shit today. You can hate, just move out the way. Look, I get on my knees and I pray. Thank God for another day to help me go and make a better way. Cause I go hard at work than I play. Sip, drink, ball, and parlay. With my middle finger to the hating critics, I don't give a fuck what you say. Fuck you. Cause everybody wanna live good, but don't nobody work as hard as they should. Make that sacrifice if you wanna live nice and you can't get it misunderstood. I can't ever forget where I'm from, even if I'm on the hills in Hollywood. Nipsey said invest in your block and a nigga gon' always feel for his hood. Look, lying harder than I'm throwing away any fears. The garbage, I take it out. Cause I ain't tryna be the nigga that had the potential but could never make it out. I know that I'm a king and I'm made in God's image. I gotta win it and stay up in it, and I ain't quitting until I'm finished, nigga. And I ain't reached all my goals yet, but it's alright. I'll keep pushing until I'm old, nigga. Cause it's my life. This that shit that make the speaker shake. Got me feeling great. Yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm on my shit today. You can hate, just move out the way. I'm from the H, and I'm feeling great. Yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm on my shit today. You can hate, just move out the way. Watch me. Low key hood flex. Good weed, good sex. Good vibes, no stress. Good life, so blessed. From the H, and I'm feeling great. Yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm on my shit today. You can hate, just move out the way. Top shelf purple, I'm hazing. Looking in the sky, stargazing. I feel like my life is amazing. Got $1 million dreams that I'm chasing. I'll beat whatever I'm facing. On my way to greatness, all it takes is patience and some preparation just to make it. Look, thank God for the many blessings and removing stress, taking off the shackles. Now my flow deeper than the Adam's apple and some Mormon worship in the tabernacle. Hit hard like Earl Acker tackles. Breaking free, I'm snapping shackles. I am the man, the king of my land. I'm fly as fuck, I'm a pterodactyl. I can finally feel it. I'm on my way to millions. I got a sixth sense about shit like this, but I ain't Bruce Willis. I appreciate all my friends and fans who never left from my side. It's time to feed the fam, and we gon' play this jam every time that we ride. I ain't reached all my goals yet, but it's alright. I'll keep pushing until I'm old, nigga. Cause it's my life. H-time. Forever. I said, coming down I-45, headed south side of my town. Sitting sideways, candy paint drip every time I come around. Beating down the block, knocking pictures off walls from the trunk sound. And they love how I come down, and I love rapping my town. But I be rapping strong, and I be hardly home. But I be rapping strong, and I be hardly home. But I be rapping strong, and I be hardly home. But I be rapping strong, now look who creeping, crawling, ball hard, Spalding. Doing business on my phone, cause what I'm on, the money be calling, and I'm all in. A lot smarter, drip hot water, that's scalding. Big boss shit like S. Carter, I done got started, no stalling. I ain't even trying to flex, but ask your girl who rhyme the best. We hate your flow, we not impressed. She hate your clothes, quit trying to dress. Looking clean everywhere I go, even when I step outside, I'm fresh. Way I'm lane switching with the paint dripping, you can tell I'm kinda blessed. Look, I just do what I gotta do to make sure we all eat. Till we at the top eating steak with grades and shows, we selling out all seats. You focus on Spotify streams instead of networking, and that's what we call geeks. See, all of my niggas is pit bulls, and I swear you don't got enough dog treats. Coming down I-45, headed south side of my town. Sitting sideways, candy paint drip every time I come around. Beating down the block, knocking pictures off walls from the trunk sound. And they love how I come down, and I love rapping my town. But I be rapping strong, and I be hardly home. But I be rapping strong, and I be hardly home. But I be rapping strong, and I be hardly home. But I be rapping strong, rapping strong. From the south, but we still tipping. Bad bitches, we still still pimping. Moved out a few years ago, I'm so homesick that I feel different. Missing all my drill niggas. Polo, fuck that hill figure. From Dallas to Austin, down to Houston, this South Seal for Lil, nigga. Big booty, pretty broads. I only like gangsters who live in large. Welcome to Texas where boys act reckless and lanes be hard till we pull your car. Where you ain't special cause you a star. People don't give a damn about who you are. But humble yourself, pay homage to all the OGs if you wanna go really far. You better stay protected. You better cover your blessings. Boys just wait until they catch you slipping and rob you for all your possessions. And we ain't showing off for the gram. What you see is really who I am. I gotta stay loyal to all my fam. Oh, yo, they mad, but I don't give a damn. And I be hardly home, but I be rapping strong. And I be hardly home, but I be rapping strong. And I be hardly home, but I be rapping strong. And I be hardly home, but I be rapping strong, rapping strong. H-Town forever. Mo City stand up.
Shreddy got all the hits.
Uh. 900 block of Whispering Pine. Where I grew up and seen the hustle, then I stuck to the grind. Mo City forever, ride by, see the signs. And we ain't snitching on crimes, karma coming due time. Hunters, Glenda, Quail, Green, rolling by, switching lanes. They've been to Houston in a minute, but it's running in my veins. Girl, run till run, niggas swinging they bang. Bad bitches getting flipped, now she belongs to the gang. And all the old heads still keep it fresh with jeans on starch. No matter where you at, it's still free, Dre and D-March. Bring them niggas home, it's been too long, but fuck the system. Since them niggas left, things change and we miss them. Rest in paradise to all the fallen H-Town G's. Big Hog, DJ Screw, the Fat Panda, Pimp C. No matter where I'm at, I'ma still throw up my H. Break my wrist with the most, so niggas know what I say. We was kings and queens, had all the shiny things, somehow our history lost. Now we must find a way back to the promised land, so give me my freedom at any cost. Come to my city and pay your respect where we started this drip, yeah, we started the sauce. The way we rock reels in the color of gold in our teeth, how we shine, you can tell that we floss. Watch, nigga, I'ma take my time, and I'ma push the grind. Going hard as hell, even if I fail, I'ma get mine. Like candy, I'm getting some now and some later. I wave middle fingers to haters, cause I know they only doing their job, and it's just my duty to go and be greater. Player 1, y'all niggas know who the greatest. 2, your shit is whack, it's the lamest. 3, most of your homies be haters. 4, I don't give a fuck about haters. Fuck 'em. And no, I ain't trying to be famous. Nah. Man, these niggas lie to be famous. Damn. Man, these niggas die to be famous. Shit. This game is so dirty and dangerous. These little dudes can't hold me back. Uncle Sammy still owe me stacks. You ain't real if you ain't show me facts. Nigga, I been trill, you can't show me that. I got a master plan with a mastermind, and with the faster grind, I'm going after mine. And I'm trying to take over in half the time. Get rich, now watch me pass it down. To all of my friends and my family members who kept it real, fuck the pretenders. Lock in my circle with the best defenders. This my Futurama, I'm like Fry and Bender. I heard your music, boy, that shit is useless, man, that shit is stupid, boy, return the sender. Giving the business to anyone hating.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back. Season 3, episode 3 of the Don't Cancel Me podcast is live and in full effect. Coming at you today. My dog Rail, what's going down, baby?
Good, man.
Yeah. Oh. Hold on, man. First off, let me go ahead and address this real quick. I just want to know why you came through with the 90s R&B voice when I was asking what's up. My boy came in and said, "Yeah, man, you know, we feeling good." He got the 90s R&B glasses going on and everything.
Don't let me forget to lick the lips. There's somebody out there who don't. I hope that don't cancel me.
Oh shit!
Rule all in the beat.
Oh shit, man! But yes, everybody, welcome. Shout out to my boy Steph. We here. My boy B Cow was good with it. That boy Mr. Ashton was going down to the pappy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Where's hey man? Hold your horses, brother. He over here asking where he at. Like, golly, brother.
We not good enough?
Like, damn, you tired of seeing us, my brother? Like, damn. Yeah, just punch your face. Charming him all. What's going down, man? Everything good? Y'all good? Y'all had a good Tuesday? Good week so far? You know, real, you had a good week so far?
It started.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
It started.
That's right. That's right.
Life together. Taking a little longer.
Wait, what you mean? Oh, talk about yeah. See, let me go ahead and just let me go ahead and talk about how the devil just be trying to work when you got good things going on. The devil don't really want to see you be successful because he sees how happy that you are. He see you laughing, cutting up, smiling. You moving through life just feeling good. And he don't like that. He likes to make people miserable with him. So when everything is going smooth, he wants to go ahead and throw 115 mile per hour fastballs right at your chrome and just have you leaking right down the floor. But you know, we too quick. We dodge them things, you feel me? That's what he was trying to do for me right now. He was trying to do that right now, trying to mess up the whole setup. My whole stream deck wasn't cooperating with the streaming software that we got. But we still here. We still here. Because we ain't gonna let the devil take the joy away from us. You feel me? No, we not gonna do that. That's not gonna happen.
He can't take the joy that he did not give to me.
Come on now, you better talk. You better.
He cannot take the joy that he did not give to me.
You better talk.
This is the airport episode. Y'all don't want me to go to Ebenezer.
Ooh, speaking of that, as y'all do know.
Hold on, like,
go ahead.
I look like that pastor that be wearing the Gucci suits.
Oh no. Oh no.
He pushed that lady head out the way.
He pushed us. Like, dog, that's so crazy. I don't know.
In the middle of his sermon, he stopped. Well, he didn't even stop. He was still preaching as he was pushing her head out the way. I said, boy, that's a cold pastor. I want to join his church.
Yeah, he cold blooded.
That's content every week.
Isn't that the same pastor that had something stole from him? That's the New York pastor, right? He said he had money stolen from him?
Off of robbery. Yeah, they hit him for his jury.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Don't sound like the devil. Sound like my kids, mama.
Oh, Lord.
Jay, I'm not touching that one.
That's why you always in the doghouse.
I'm saying.
You don't get tired of sleeping on the couch?
Hey, golly, bro. You don't want to go out and roam and see what's going on in the world? You just like being in that little ass spot that you on? Hell, brother. Jumping into the pod preaching. Hey, come on, man. God is good.
Word for the day.
That was a word. Darrell looking like he about to have a seizure.
Oh, I think when I was doing my...
Oh, I forgot about that shit. I was so confused.
My juke.
Said, what up? My beautiful mother, what's going on? Thank you for pulling up, mother. I know that you have an early day tomorrow.
Nice to join us. 3 episodes in.
I know you
disappointed in you. You usually was there every week.
She was here for the first. She was here for the first episode, but she got a new job. She got a new job, new role. So she been having to get up. She can't be really watching Zone because she got to get up a little early and make sure that she gets some stuff. She's still getting adjusted, but she'll be back on the normal schedule. I just want to say I've never seen a pastor in an all Dior suit. Like, who giving him offerings, because it was like 15 people in that service. You know,
it really was. It was a lot of empty chairs.
It really was. I can't, attest to what's in their pockets because I ain't counting. They may have a lot going on. They may got a lot in their pockets. I don't know. Well, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
And no members.
None whatsoever. But we'll go ahead. We'll bring that up next week. But this week is all about our special guest. And this is, if y'all have seen the flyers and everything, we have our special guest who is quote unquote the airport guru. And if y'all like to travel like Rail does, like myself does, this might be the episode for you. So, we are about to bring in our guest right now. Without further ado, here is our good brother.
Hope you're ready.
I hope he's ready. Our brother Chester, the airport guru. See if he's ready. I'm saying this could be some devil working type stuff. See, there you go. See, the devil was trying. The devil was trying. The devil was trying. The devil was trying. But we gonna hit the horns. The devil was trying. The devil was trying to make sure that we didn't get this as smooth as possible. But we still here. We still here. My dog Chester, welcome to the show.
Here,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Chester, welcome to the show. Our boy Chester, aka the airport guru, man. Appreciate you taking the time to be on here with us, man.
Thank y'all so much for having me here, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is real. You go ahead, cause this, yeah, you know more about Chester. You've known Chester before me, so you go ahead, do a little intro. You know what I'm saying before we let him speak.
So definitely, I'm happy to bring on Chester because I think earlier this year, we'll get to it earlier. At first, I didn't know you had a book and everything, and I'm sure we'll get to all about the duration of the show. But you had posted a famous, to us is famous, Us in Spring. It's a famous interview on the Breakfast Club. Like I said, we'll touch on that a little later. But the way it was handled, I thought was kind of messed up. But I think you had a good idea, and I think you have some knowledge that can be shared with the Don't Cancel Me family. And that is what's going on here today. So I want everybody to be ready. I want you to be able to drop your questions. We're going to touch airport security. We're going to touch travel in general, and how to efficiently, that's the word I want to use, efficiently get through and maneuver through the airport. So thank you for coming on, brother. I appreciate you. And after today, you will be a friend of the show.
He said after today. It just sounds kind of messed up.
Gotta get through the show first. You might get mad at me. I don't know. Might become an enemy of the show. I don't know.
Never know. First, before we go ahead and jump into
they're still watching.
Thanks. Before we go ahead and jump into the interview, I know you gotta be in the airport. You gotta make sure that everything's good before. But brother Petrie, shall we go ahead and start this off with a little shot before we go ahead and get into this interview?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm about to say, because if you don't do it, I'm going to do it.
Pour up, but I do want Chester to go ahead and let the people know who you are, what you're about, and anything else you want to say. The floor is yours. Go ahead, brother.
Absolutely.
All right. Like y'all, like they already announced, I am what I call myself an airport guru. Originally from New Orleans, but been down in Houston, obviously since Katrina. So been down here half my life pretty much.
Yeah, shit.
Nonetheless, I've been in the airport industry for about I want to say 11 years. So I've been seeing a lot that go down in the airport, and it's crazy how much people don't know and how much things that people should know. So, but over the time spent in the airport, I want to try to give the public as much as I can to make the airport a better scenery. Because a lot of people don't like being in the airport. A lot of people like to travel, but they don't like to go through the process.
Right.
Heck of a process to go through. It was. Let me tell you something. Chester is for real. And let me explain why. So, for those who don't know, on Friday, we have a pre-show where we get together and we talk about what's going to show and how to come in and out, just the show in general and what to expect. And during this show, I had told Chester and Flight that I'm actually leaving for New York that following morning, which was Saturday. And before we get off, and I didn't tell you this either, Flight, before we got off, Chester said, hey, I'm going to text you some information that you will need at the airport. Follow along.
I remember that. I do remember that. He said that before we got off.
Said that before we got off.
Mm-hmm.
But what I wasn't ready for was Chester to send me 17 pages out of his book. That's how long the text message was.
Oh my God.
It was 17 pages. Chapter 1, chapter 4. Anything I needed to know for that moment. So, and I read it.
I gave you the rough draft. I gave you like a little quick.
Oh, that was the rough draft.
Yeah.
Thought that was the final copy. I thought you sent that off. That was a memoir. But no, so it was funny. That ain't even the crazy part. I'm on my way to the airport. And I'm on my way to the airport. It is like 5 o'clock in the morning.
You said your flight was what time for?
What time?
I think you said 5:30 or something like that.
I can't remember what time. Right, yeah, it was something like that. So it might have been 4. I think we left the house at like 4. No, it was like 6:30. I
Okay.
think we had like an hour and a half. So he calls me. I didn't know who was calling me at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was like, Lord, I hope my girl don't think somebody calling me. Because all it said, because I hadn't saved his number at the time, so all it said was C. Williams. I'm like, oh my God, who can be calling me? So, I was nervous. I answered the phone shaking. Hello? And here he go. Hey, man, I just want to see if you made it to the airport. Nigga, I just woke up. And so, funny thing, this is going to roll into my experience that I want you to touch on. So he was like, oh, well, sometimes it's busy on Saturday, man. You never know what you're going to deal with on the weekend. I was like, oh, nah, man, we'll be good. I done got to the airport an hour before. We got out the Uber and walked into Spirit Terminal. Yes, I was on Spirit. Keep it jokes to yourself.
Spirit cool.
I know they are. They cheap. So we walked into the terminal, and it is the most packed I have ever seen an airport. And I instantly told Chaz, I said, we should listen to Chester and got up here at 2 a.m. That was the first line of his book. Get to the airport between 2 and 3:30. I didn't listen to that at all. I knew what I was doing. The Spirit line was wrapped. Luckily, somebody said, if you're going to Newark, come up. So we was able to skip the line, and so we was able to go through. I seen stuff I've never seen before. We had to stop before security because there was a dog walking in circles. I've taken 12 to 15 flights. I have never seen that ever. And I wanted to say that whatever you're about to tell us today, I'm going to listen, I'm going to do. And it was we didn't even take us through the terminal, bro. We had to walk outside, up the stairs. We came up through the back section of the plane. Yeah, Spirit be on some funky stuff. They ran out of terminals.
Wait.
Spirit, it ran out of terminals.
So when you say that you can't
pick us up and put us in the plane.
So when you say that you got to the back of the plane, was it something on like you was walking like kind of like on the runway to get to the back of the plane, or?
Bro, you know how you normally go? You say what? It was new for me too. You know how you normally walk through that little thing that connects the building to the plane?
Yeah.
That's not what we did. We walked outside, down some stairs, through the parking lot, underneath the plane, back up some other stairs, and
like some private jet type stuff.
I felt good. I felt like I was booming. I felt like I was booming.
So
it was,
how much of that description of how it took from you to get from the gate to the plane, how much of that description was over exaggerated?
None. Well, we didn't come in through the back of the plane. We came in through the front part.
But it was still just the path you had to take. That shit's wicked.
That was over exaggerated.
That's over exaggerated.
So I learned. No, I'm gonna listen to you today, brother, because my first question out of all that is a lot of people don't feel like they have to get to the plane hours before your flight. I want you to tell us, why is that so important, or should it be 2 hours, or should you really be there a couple of more hours before your flight?
All right. I mean, for the most part, you really gotta pace yourself. It kind of really depends on when you're flying. In the middle of the week, it's not too crazy. On the weekend, everybody's, pretty much flying on the weekend. Everybody got somewhere to go. Nonetheless, when it comes to flying out, I want to say 2 hours before boarding, and then I want to say busy time, 2. My bad, I think I hit mute. 3 hours before boarding when it comes to holiday travel. So like, let's say Christmas time, Thanksgiving, you got to bump it up a little bit more, because it's people who haven't been traveling, throughout the whole year, but everybody want to travel and go see family when it comes to holiday time.
Right.
The airline have their own rules when it comes to time. Like, did you know that you can't print your boarding pass 30 minutes before takeoff?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, you can't. Like, some people, they'll print their ticket at the house, they'll pull it up on their phone, but when it comes to the kiosk, you can't use that kiosk no more 30 minutes before you flight.
Is that the same?
You still do it on your phone, but you just
If you do it ahead of time. If you do it ahead of time.
So isn't it the same with, as far as I know with Southwest, you can't put your bags on the plane if you there like 45 minutes, like.
For domestic is 45 minutes before takeoff. You cannot check in your luggage.
Yeah.
And then for international travel, it's 60 minutes.
Okay.
So when that cutoff time, they pretty much say, you can gate check it, but what the airline doesn't tell you is, if you have something that's supposed to be dropped off at the counter, let's say, for instance, your gun, you can't walk around the airport with your gun. You can check your bag with your weapon, but you can't go through security with it. You can't be walking around, you can't be on the plane with it.
Right.
So if you got toiletries or whatever the case that's oversized, that's supposed to go under the plane and not be with you, the airline don't tell you, oh, TSA gonna stop you. You see what I'm saying? So they told me to gate check it. Yeah, I know. I see what you got.
Yeah.
But they didn't tell y'all, hey, you got to throw away that stuff if you want to make that flight.
Right.
It's kind of like an abandoned ship type thing. Like, you can make it, but you can't take all this stuff with you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times, depending on the situation, TSA, they don't really care about the size of the bag. They care about the contents on the inside.
Right.
So it's like, oh, do I need to check this bag? They're not the airline. They just want to make sure that ain't nothing dangerous inside that bag. Now, if it's a huge bag, they might say, hey, aren't you supposed to check that bag? But for the most part, that's kind of between you and the airline. But yeah, time is really pretty much the key factor, because even if you don't know what to do, you have time to backtrack. If you park at the airport and you don't want to check your bag, but you got time to bring it to your car, when it comes to certain items, you got time. But if you're coming up there an hour before takeoff, don't expect to have time for much.
Everything got to be on point.
Everything got to be on point. It's about time. It's not about speed. Everybody trying to rush. I'm like, so explain to me what happened when you walked through the doors when you saw that line. What did you think?
I missed our flight.
So what time, if you remember, what time did you walk through those doors and see the line versus what time that y'all was supposed to take off?
I want to say, this might be a rough estimate. I want to say we got there about 5:20, 5:30, and our flight was at 6:30, 6:45-ish.
So you already almost at the 45-minute mark before you can't even check your luggage.
Yeah.
But luckily, thankfully, by the grace of God, that airline was like, hey, anybody going to New York? What was it, New York or Newark?
Newark. We went to the Newark.
They said, come to the front. Now, that don't happen for every airline. I want to say that do happen for Spirit, not really putting down on Spirit, but certain airlines, I've heard Frontier, things like that. But Terminal A, a lot of people do tend to come late in that terminal.
Well, you're right, because when we sat on the plane, I was like, oh, look at all these other people that's way later than we are.
Is that more so? This could be very stereotypical. But is it because it was Spirit. That's why you were seeing so many people.
I'm gonna explain why Spirit got a bad rep. But so put it like this: to be blunt, the cheaper the ticket, the more likely, potentially, the less experienced the passenger might be. Because you got people who don't fly much trying to hop on these cheap deals.
Hold on now. Now you're taking shots at me.
No. All right.
You know, so
let me go in depth. Let me go in depth. All right. So Spirit got a bad rep because people didn't really read the fine print. I don't know if you looked at it, but Spirit, they have some big fees when it comes to check baggage, right? It's cheaper if you pay for it online. It's a little bit more expensive if you pay for it at the kiosk. It's more expensive if you need help and the representative has to charge it for you at the counter, and it's $100 if you wait to do it at the gate. So you got people buying these tickets. They buying these cheap tickets and they don't know how to pack. They come to the airport, oh, let me just pack my bag. And then they're like, nah, you got to check that. And then before you know it, you paying the price of what you could have been paying with Delta or United or any other airline. You see what I'm saying? So ideally, Spirit, in my opinion, is good for like short distance flights. Not no 5, 6 day
like Houston to Dallas.
And if you find that deal, cool. But if you got to check bags, check tour bags and stuff like that, you might as well go with another airline. That's good for like a little weekend getaway.
Yeah, like Houston or Austin or some shit.
No, yeah, I mean, or go to New Orleans. Like I'm about to eventually buy a little ticket to go visit my mom in New Orleans, and I think the tickets was like $115, something like that. I ain't gonna have no check bag. I'm gonna just have like a little small duffel bag, things like that. I ain't gonna even have no roller bag. But nonetheless, people didn't read. So if you don't read them warning labels, like a lot of people don't realize, you don't have to pick your seat. Right then and there, you go up to the counter at the gate and then have them assign your seat. A lot of people click, you could just click continue. But the thing is, you got to make sure you have that seat. Because if you don't check in on time and things like that, you might get bumped depending on if they oversold the flight. You want to make sure you have a seat. But
so you brought up a very valuable point about Spirit. Because one, you're right, Spirit tickets are very, very cheap. Because I know I went to Los Angeles, and I think my round trip was like $29.99 and a donation to the cancer research. And I was able to go to LA and come back.
Hold on, say
my ticket to LA was $29.99 and a donation to the cancer research. And I was able, but the way Spirit gets you is the point that you made, is that, yeah, your flight will be really cheap, but then you got to pay for your bag, you got to pay for your seat, you got to pay for the internet. I hate Spirit because you just be riding, you just be sitting up like this the whole time. I was trying to sleep like this. I couldn't. I had the neck pillow, so my neck was way down here. It was very uncomfortable. Well, United got these big cushion airplane seats.
It's not all of their planes. I mean, United is more spacious.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
I'm about to say, Spirit got more than one plane?
I mean, they got different types. I've seen it to where they got cushion seats on Spirit planes.
Well, yeah, the first 6 seats in the front that they call first class.
Get the fuck out of here, dog. Hell no, get the fuck out of here.
Spirit got 6 seats in the front, two, and that is first class. The only difference is you can talk to the pilots. Because you up there close. That's it.
That's first class.
I ain't paying for that.
How much was it?
I was talking to this one lady. She looked like she was young. Huh?
I was just trying to figure out if the first class was $34.99.
I wish.
And I'm walking by, and I was helping out this lady. She said she was excited. She looked like she was probably in her early 20s. This was like a couple years ago. She was like, "Oh, I'm so excited." I'm like, "For what?" She was like, "Oh, this is my first time flying in first class." I was like, "Is that right?" I'm like, "You just getting a nice seat." Then you sitting in the front.
Hold on.
She was like,
"You just getting a nice seat."
I mean, I don't know what you're so hyped about. I
mean, you might get a little menu. You might get a little menu. I don't know. I think somebody had paid for her ticket or something. Like I said, she looked like she was in her early 20s or something like that. She was probably getting flued out.
Getting flued out. Damn, that's crazy.
Flued out.
Okay, let me ask. I'm sorry, I gotta ask because the question just came about, and it might kind of deter. And we'll get back to the whole airport conversation. But how would you feel if you got flued out, but you getting flued out and the airline is Spirit?
You're not paying for the ticket. I mean,
but so like as far as like,
if I say let's go to the movies and you picking me up, should I be caring about what type of car you driving?
I mean, it also depends. I mean, it depends on. That's what I'm saying. It depends on the person.
From point A to point B.
It depends. But see, there's not a lot of people like you. I would think the same thing. So we're real. There's not a lot of people like us that's thinking that though. That's what I'm saying. Because
I think in depth. I'd be grateful. I mean, as a kid, teenager, it'd be like, what is that? You in a hoopty?
Yeah.
What is that?
I think it's donuts? There's some people out here that would probably think that shit like. You can't put
media,
me,
man.
you can't put me in United.
H1, all that other stuff, man. It got people thinking about how they see social media and how they see stuff on TV. But the people don't realize that these people on TV, they getting paid to act like this. I ain't finna fly Spirit. I'm like,
talk heavy,
you
Chelsea.
Take it what? Okay, when we leaving? I only fly this airline. Come on now.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. What if the airline don't have the time that you need?
Yeah, I know. All right. You want to fly Delta? They got a lot of connecting. They got a lot of connection flights.
Interesting fact. I have never been on a flight that had connecting flights.
Wait, so
a lot of people don't know what a layover is.
I don't know how that will work. The first time I ever have to do it, I'm gonna be confused.
Hold on, wait. You've never been on a flight to where you had to get on a new plane and get to your destination.
He's
never been on a layover.
I always pay for
nonstop. You've never been on so you've never been on okay. I mean that makes sense, but that's what you're looking for. You're not looking for a flight to get you from A to B.
Then they got connecting flights.
Yeah. Because I mean I've been on some flights where it can be very stressful because we've been on a flight. I believe we were coming from. This is back when I was living in Oklahoma.
After you said that,
huh?
I said I'm gonna chime in after you say what you say.
So connecting flights can be stressful. We were visiting Kate's family. My fiance was visiting her family in Cali for one of the holidays, and we were flying back, and there's rarely any nonstop flights from Oklahoma to LA, and we flew out of Burbank and landed in Phoenix, where we had a connecting plane from Phoenix to Oklahoma City. But I think it was either our flight was late or the connecting flight was late coming into Phoenix. No, my bad. Dallas. That's what it was. We were connecting in Dallas, and our flight was late coming in to Burbank. We got on a plane, got to Dallas, and when we landed, it was 10 minutes, probably like 10, 15 minutes after we were supposed to be boarding for our flight from Dallas to OKC. And we landed at Love Field, and we had to sprint from one end of the terminal to the other just to make sure that we got on. And luckily we did. Thankful for all of the people working at Southwest. They was very gracious and made sure that we got on. They waited and everything, but it was stressful.
There's so many different ways on how to handle a connecting flight. So they got so many factors. You got price. I mean, that layover could be a $200, saving difference off of a direct flight that you can put toward going out to eat or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But you got so many things that can happen. If you do not know the airport that you're going to on that connecting flight, make sure that layover is a decent amount of time. Now, what do you think is a decent amount of time, like based off of your experience with that connection flight? What do you think is a decent amount of time having a layover? Like a 1 hour gap before your next flight, 30-minute gap?
After experience, I mean, and that's not the first time we've had that type of situation because there's so many different things that could come into play, right? I think if I'm gonna have to get a connecting flight, I'm gonna need at least 2 hours. I feel like 2 hours, and that's like from landing it in the destination to where my connecting flight is happening. I think I need 2 hours in between that.
Like it's literally 2 hours from the moment you're supposed to land to the moment you take off.
Yeah, minimum. So, I feel like
there's like I've seen layovers that are like 30 minutes.
I've seen those. I've been on those. I've been on those.
But I've heard about Chicago O'Hare.
I've heard about that too, and
I've never been, but yeah, I've seen like I'll be looking for flights because I almost flew to Chicago, or I've seen some connecting flights, and I'm like, who would buy this ticket with a 30-minute layover in Chicago O'Hare? You could be sitting on the runway for 15, 20 minutes waiting on a gate to be available for your plane to park. That's a situation too.
Yeah.
Wait, so they don't go off of when your plane
it has nothing to do with that. Whatever you book and it says this is your gap connection. So if I buy a flight and I need to go to, let's say, LA, and I got a layover in Dallas, even though it's right next door, the layover could be like, oh, we're gonna put you on the flight that's 2 hours from when you land. So now from the moment I land at 10 a.m., I have pretty much less than 2 hours to get to my gate. Because, you know, if I land at 10 and they say the plane take off at 12, they're probably gonna stop boarding at about 11:45, 11:30. So I need to get to my gate by like an hour and a half. It's just telling you what's the difference between from when you land and when the next plane take off. Anything that happened in between is whatever. Like I said, you could be
it's none of their
sitting
concern.
on the runway for 20 of those minutes and you lost 20 minutes of your hour and a half. You don't know how to get to your gate. You got to worry about trying to navigate through the airport. And like I said, Chicago is one of those, O'Hare is one of those big airports where you need minimum at least like an hour and 20, hour and a half just to get from one side to the next, because you don't know where your gate gonna be. They got different situations where I want to say rare situations where you'll be on a connecting flight and you get to actually stay on the plane. Like the plane that's going to your city is actually the same flight you're on, so you ain't even got to move. You just watch people get off.
So let me ask a connecting question. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. If you have any questions, Dorchester Airport Guru, please leave a tag. So let me ask you a question. I always wondered this about connecting. How long of a layover? Or is it even smart to leave the airport to go look at a city?
That's a good goddamn question.
Now, define look at a city, because it depends on where the airport is located versus where downtown is versus traffic. Versus...
I guess let's use Chicago. So let's use Chicago for example. I just want to go eat somewhere in, I don't know the airport, but I just want to go eat somewhere that people be raving about in Chicago. I don't know what people talk about in Chicago. All I ever hear is the bad stuff and Michael Jordan. But if you go, that's all I ever hear about Chicago. The O Block and Michael Jordan. That's it.
Oh my god.
But let's say I want to go into town and eat somewhere neat. What's a good amount of time? I know there's other variables, but just
you might as well spend the night. You might as well. You might as well have a day layover.
Want to go eat somewhere for an hour and come back?
And not if you go into Chicago O'Hare, I'll tell you that.
Not if you go into Chicago.
Chicago's a bad example.
No. No, we just saying that Chicago O'Hare is well known for. It's not for the week. Like that's why a lot of people. That's why a lot of people fly in the Midway. Like if they can, they fly in the Midway. That's why like Southwest Airlines only flies in the Chicago Midway.
Gotcha.
O'Hare is for like everybody. It's kind of, and O'Hare is, I think Midway is international as well, but I know O'Hare is.
Yeah, O'Hare is international, ATL, international, Miami.
Yeah, so O'Hare is just crazy. But it also, like, when it comes to that point, it's, for example, I think better use for the example for connecting would be more so like if you're going overseas.
Yeah, so, like, let's say Dubai. I forgot, there's my wife's cousin. They went to Dubai. I forgot what's the name of that the country they had to wait in, but they was in there. I think they had like maybe like a 6 hour layover or something like that. But I'm like, you have to have it literally mapped out. You have to like know the airport. You have to know what traffic looks like and things like that, the weather or whatever the case may be. Because what if they got flooding in the area and now you stuck in traffic because it's flooding? You see how Houston floods? It floods in the airport, like to the point where like you either in and you stuck or you can't get in because it's flooded. Like I was stuck at the airport for a couple hours to where it was so much flooding we had to wait till they turn on the pump system.
Yeah.
So more of the story is don't go out and
do your research. That's the moral of the story. Do your research.
That's pretty much it. Do your research.
Do your research because like you might be able to like, for example, Dallas Love. Let's say somebody is flying. They got a connecting flight out of Dallas Love and they layover is 5 hours. You will be able to go somewhere and eat because where the airport is located, it's not too far away from like, cool little spots to eat. Like it's probably like 15 minutes down the street from SMU, which is a bunch of nice stuff. A bunch of nice area, nice restaurants. You good. And you be able to eat, get your check, hop back in the car and still be able to get to your gate with about an hour and a half, 2 hours left. But that's also if you land in, like if before you get the ticket and you see all of that, you would have to do that research. So yeah, I mean, that's really all it comes down to is just researching and figuring out where the airport is and figuring out where you might want to go. Like this popular restaurant is here. Okay, how far is that from the airport? Type shit. And things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
I always wondered that, and Dubai is a better example because if I was to fly to Dubai, there would be 6 to 7 hour layover in Paris.
It varies. I mean, like I said, it varies. They got different type of layover hours. Like I think when I was looking for some flights, I've seen like the whole total duration of a trip. I think it was like maybe like 19 hours, and then I seen one that was like a 36-hour trip. So it really depends on what you book versus how much it costs. So
if I got 6-7 hours of a layover in Paris, I want to go see as much of Paris as I can. I couldn't give myself like a 2-hour window to go out there and have some fun.
You could.
Like I said, you would just have to do your research. I don't know what's out there. I don't know what's the distance from what you want to do versus how much time you actually have to do it versus coming back in time to the airport.
So let me ask you this. So you always are giving people guidance, lightning, travel. And I would think a brother that works at TSA probably get a discount on flights. You ain't got to tell us what you got going on. But that sucks. That sucks. Even niggas at Burger King get half off on the Whopper.
The wheelchair pushers actually they partner with the airline, so the wheelchair pushers, some of them get a discount. They get flight benefits now. They started it this year actually. So wait a minute. Some of them get a flight benefits with Delta, and some of them get flight benefits with United.
That's not that.
And
that's
they just
not,
started that this
That's
year.
not their actual name.
So if you want to push somebody in a wheelchair just to get some flight benefits, I think they start out at like.
You're doggone right. I'll be pushing old people
in
their wheelchair.
The shit out of the wheelchair.
It was like a quick thought. I was like, but on Indeed, when I was looking at the job, it said $19 an hour. I was like, nah, y'all lying. It should say up to $19 an hour because they get tips. It says, like I said, online, it says $19 an hour, but it should say up to $19
so
an hour.
You don't necessarily they make it say $19 an hour because you have a different hourly wage and plus tips. That's why it says.
That's why I say they should say.
They should say up to, but that's why they only say they say 19 to make it more.
I'm like, dang, how you gonna pay somebody this much, give them flight benefits? They ain't gonna have money to go. Shit.
Yeah, straight up.
You're right. Doggone right. And if I get free flights or discounted flights being a wheelchair pusher, I'm putting in my application tomorrow.
This nigga stupid.
I will be the best I'll put the legs. I work in nursing home. I have great experience with pushing wheelchairs. I can go up ramps. I can go upstairs. I can go through water, bud. I can do whatever I will get you to your flight by any means necessary. But my question to you though, So you always encourage enlightening other people, and I take it that you like to travel yourself, right?
Yeah, I like to travel when I got the money and the time. I got 3 kids at the house.
That's a lot.
I've seen 2 of them.
Yeah, we did. It was cute. My question to you, I want you to tell the Don't Cancel Me family, or I guess we'll do 3. Give me 3 places that you would love to travel to. I don't know if anybody has asked you that. You always talk to travel with other people, but give me 3 places you would like to go and a quick reason why.
I want to go to Greece with my wife.
Me too.
What else?
Same.
I want to go on a nice little cruise.
That's not airplane though. I need something.
It's still travel because sometimes you do have to take a flight to get to the dock.
True.
Like if the cruise is like if the cruise port out of Miami. If the cruise port out of Miami, you know, you gotta take that flight. You feel me?
So and what else? And I can't think of a 3rd place. I know for a fact I want to go to Greece.
Greece, that cruise. Well, okay, we'll come back to it. That's if you think it's a flight. What about you?
Greece is definitely up there.
But I got a question about Greece. Every time I see pictures of Greece, I feel like it's the same pictures.
They look nice though.
They do look
nice as shit.
though. I'm not but it's the same pictures.
With that blue water with the white rocks
going up the side. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing, but it looks beautiful
the
though.
villas on the water.
It looked beautiful though. It looked beautiful.
They can use the same picture at different angles. I still want to go.
Yeah.
Different angle.
Yeah, Greece is definitely up there. I mean, and my fiance really got me in this like spots. Like she showed me like different spots she want to go to. And I'm looking at like, damn, that shit would be nice. And Greece was one of them. Dubai is another one.
Dubai, big bank status.
Yeah, Dubai is big bank status.
We actually to the only 7-star hotel in the world.
Yep. We actually got we actually got family in Dubai.
Maldives might be one of them that I want to go to.
Maldives is a good spot.
Hold on, Chip. I got family in Dubai.
So I don't know the whole logistic. Caitlin's cousin is married to, I believe he's from Dubai. And Kate, I know you watching, you in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know her cousin was actually out there teaching English in Dubai.
I know some people that did that.
And they had their whole family, which actually one of her other cousins, so her cousin, you know how that goes. Cousin, they have a kid, and then she cousin, and so
cousin.
The cousin. They actually moved back out here. They moved into the Austin area from Dubai because they want to raise their kids in a better school system. Because they said Dubai was like it was cool, but it was very expensive and then the amount they had to pay versus what their child was learning wasn't equal. So it wasn't. And so they moved out here. But yeah, she has family, and then I think another cousin lives in Switzerland, I believe, which is, I mean, I got so many. Switzerland is a dope place too. Ireland. I mean, I really could go like as far as overseas. I mean, I could go down.
This man got free hotel stays. All he gotta do is buy the flight.
All he gotta do.
And I mean, that's the thing is that we've looked. When I say we, Caitlin looked, and that shit ain't just something like, you know, a flight to Mexico. You know, it ain't nothing like that. So, but I mean, if I had like top 3, it'd be Greece, Dubai, and yeah, maybe Switzerland. Yeah, maybe Switzerland, because the stuff I've seen out there it's hella dope. It's just, I know it get cold out there, so I have to go into like nice time of the year. And nice time of
I
year.
heard you, Chester, say
Maldives.
Maldives.
Yeah. And I see the same pictures and videos for that too. That same cottage thing or tiki hut in the water, and the camera is just walking across that bridge.
I feel like everybody that visit, they usually, like, more than likely, we in the social media age, they more than likely looking at whoever they followed that went. Oh, that looked nice. I want to go there. Where did you go? And then they go there and do the same exact thing, and it just becomes a rotating thing. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm gonna do is I seen this map on Amazon that kind of zooms into like the cities. So what I really want to do is every time I travel somewhere or every place that I've already been, I'm gonna put a little tack on it.
Ooh.
But I really want to go to like those hidden cities that nobody really knows about, and these people just waiting on tourists to come in there, but nobody knows about it because, let's say, for instance, Florida. Like, the only thing people know about Florida is Orlando, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, what else?
Tampa,
Jacksonville.
So I'm pretty sure they got little bitty places within
Panama
Florida
City.
that Panama during spring break that people don't know about. So I'm gonna get my little map, put it on the wall, and just start researching these tiny little cities that I ain't never heard of, and just start traveling there. I'm gonna be posting where that's at. Don't worry about it. Research.
Talk heavy.
That's interesting. I have a partner too that I went to Texas State with, and I mean I was on there for a second, but we became and he does this. I don't know what he's a part of. I don't know what he does, and he'll probably be a great guest in the future. But he does every like summer he travels. So he was in magazines, and all he was just travel to different places and visit with people, and like he's on his snap. So I'm just looking, and I just think how dope that would be, like a professional traveler.
I'm sure that's dope. I mean, there's ways to get into it. It's just, I mean, it all comes back down to research, because there's ways to get into it. There's people that pay you to go and look at these different hotels and stay in them and write about your experience. Like, for example, a lot of people that do that, bloggers, like travel bloggers, they're one of the main people that that experience that type of lifestyle. They travel somewhere every summer and stay there and talk about their experiences and what to do there, where not to go, where to go.
Quite a few people that are travel bloggers or things like that, or influencers. It's a lot of times it's be these big brands that want them to post pictures of where they're at, or review different hotels and things like that, so they could post it on their vlogs or their regular blogs, so other people can get the insight.
That's right. Yeah,
or even regular travel agents. You could be a travel agent, and you have the insight of the better discounted rates because you have access to all these sites that the regular consumer don't have access to. So you can actually travel for a living, but it's not just like, oh, hey, become a travel agent.
Yeah, it's not something that's just like a lifestyle you can just up and do.
Research. Do research. I know people that's travel agents, and what she did, she said she booked over 100, maybe like less than 150 to Dubai, and I think she made a couple grand off that trip. But not only that, but when you book so many people on a flight, you can get a flight for free.
Yeah.
Off that same trip, you can go with them. I think it's probably like maybe after like 10 plus or something like that. I forgot the exact number.
How do travel?
By using the site. So like as a travel agent, you can have your own web portal. You just got to register your travel agent's ID number with certain sites and things like that. Whatever agency you with, they're gonna give you sites like, hey, we partner with these people, and things like that. Like travel agents have their own Delta Airlines website, which is separate from what you can see, and then they get paid off of booking it. So like they'll get a commission just off of booking off their website. Travel agents can be free, but some people charge because they don't like wasting time. Like if I try to go get a quote, Like, now that's too much. Or do all this work and then you go ghost on me. Some people want money up front for the time that they put in to
Right.
research.
Yeah,
it ain't just oh
same.
nah. These travel agents be having like 13 plus tabs open on their computer trying to figure out what's the best deal. While everybody, while the customer is just chilling, just hey, what the price look like? What the price look like? And then at the end of the day, oh nah, I'm gonna go a different route. Oh hey, I found this cheaper. Like, so you researching too behind my back.
Yeah, well, what's the point of even asking me to look for some verdict?
Yeah, like the whole purpose of using a travel agent is for the service. So I mean, if you got somebody putting in all this work for you, all the stress of trying to find the best deal, trying to find a hotel, nice flight for what you asked for, is $50 more than what you found really that much of a difference? If that person is putting in all the work for you? It's just like going to Best Buy versus a corner store for some headphones. Some people spend an extra $10 because it's Best Buy. Customer service. I mean, at that point, it just depends on your experience.
That remind me. It's kind of similar to, made me think of a story with my mama when she was looking for a house. Finding houses, Haiti, Maryland, Spring, the Woodlands, Jersey Village, all these places. And she found the house she wanted. And Mama, that's wrong.
What happened? How she find
the house the house that she wanted was around the corner from the house that we already had. Literally the same address as far as number, but the street was different.
That was like a similar situation to when me and my wife found our house. So we didn't really use a travel agent. We tried to, we used the agent to find a rental home, but we at the time with the prices
for your the travel agent.
I meant realtor, rental agent.
Gotcha.
We was looking for a rental home when we was having our second kid. We was looking for a bigger spot. So the prices that we found, it didn't make any sense. I'm like, I'm not gonna be driving way out here for no rental property. If we're gonna pay this much, we might as well get a house. This is in 2018. So we driving home from going out on a date, and we see this sign for KB Homes, and we're like, hey, we was looking at that online. So I bust a U-turn. We go up in the office, and before you know it, we come back a week later, and we going through the process. Mind you, my wife wound up talking to the realtor, like, oh yeah, we found it. The realtor pretty much squeezed her way in and became our realtor. I'm like, what you doing? We don't need her. We already found what we're looking for. But at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? Maybe God probably, sent her to me because she needed some help. Because all she had to do was put her name on the information and kind of show her face. But, she got her little commission. I didn't trip. I didn't have to come out of pocket for her. But using a travel agent, they get the commission. I think it's like 3% of the 3% of the sale. So that sounds like the same thing, but I guess your mom didn't realize, like, hey, it's not like you coming out of pocket. Just put the man's name on the paperwork and he get his commission.
I know my mama, she can't care. You said something. So on your TikTok, and I'm getting back to what we were talking about earlier, just fashion versus security.
Oh, that's a big thing that people don't comprehend.
Right. My airport outfit is a hoodie, sweatpants, and slippers. No matter where I can go to Miami, and that is gonna be my airport outfit. Cause that little fan they got up there, that must work.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I'll be chilly on that damn plane. I'll be chilly and shit on that plane.
Yeah, that thing be cold. It might be this big, but
that motherfucker, bro, cold
that
air.
Like my car.
Boy, what? That motherfucker be cold.
I want you to touch on for the people who want to wear big belt loops and cowboy boots,
Big
and
bro
all that
boots.
stuff to the airport. I want you to touch on the fashion versus security aspect.
I'm a big people watcher. Me, what I haven't finished school. I might finish school one day. Aside from what I'm doing outside my job, but I like psychology and sociology. So I'm very observant of what people doing. What people saying. Even what people got on. But when it comes to fashion, a lot of people dress to impress when it comes to the airport because, at least partially, because you don't know who you're gonna run into in the airport. It might be your next husband, might be your next wife. Who knows? It might be somebody that's about to hire you. But at the end of the day, a lot of people don't take, going through security and fashion into the same statement.
Now this is and this was not to interrupt, but this will be. I think this will be more so directed to those that aren't doing the quick in and out of a town due to business. Because I do see a lot of people that fly that may be
talking about like a vacation type thing. Or
I'm talking about like people that are in the airport that are going on a vacation type shit versus the people that are in the airport going for business. Like literally the same day, like literally I got a meeting. I don't have time to go anywhere and change. I'm here in business class. That's what I'm wearing to the meeting, and I'm literally only there for the meeting, and I'm leaving 2 hours after the meeting. May be able to stay and get some lunch or dinner or whatever the case may be, and I'm flying back home.
So this topic is pretty much for people going to Cancun and Miami.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Anybody taking a vacation, this is the topic.
Anybody about to turn up, anybody trying to have fun, girls trip, all that stuff. So a lot of people, when it comes to certain clothing and people going through security, the little scanner, the body scanner that everybody call it, the machine only likes regular clothes. So like t-shirt, pants, cool. Everybody like, oh, it's my zipper. I'm like, nah, you got like 10 other zippers.
Yeah.
The machine only likes just regular clothes. So anything extra outside of clothes, so like you wearing a hat right now, the machine might, like, hey, let me see your hat. Cool, because that's not, everybody don't wear a hat.
Right.
Or jewelry. You could wear jewelry, but, the machine don't like it, but they still might check it out. So when people be wearing, like women, they got sparkly bedazzled rhinestones on their back. You got the sweat jogging pants that say juicy on the back. You got like
I forgot about them hoes.
You got they pop up every blue moon in the airport.
I believe it.
They be pulling them out the closet.
I feel like most of the time it's definitely like middle-aged white women. I feel like
this ain't juicy.
Or like my post. This dude had on a pair of pretty much windbreaker pants, jogging pants type.
Yeah.
And he had at least about 50 plus pull strings on him. And he just alarmed all over the place.
Was it a young cat?
He probably was in his 20s, maybe.
Yeah, it was definitely 20s. It was probably like some.
He didn't look too young.
It was probably some like Balenciaga type shit, fashion statement type shit.
I actually use this. My barber told me about this feature on my phone. This little lens feature. Pretty much, if you take a screenshot of something or take a picture of something, and you hit the lens feature on your camera, it'll search online how much the outfit costs and where to buy it. But them pants range from like $20 to I saw like $900. I didn't click none of the links, but I was just scrolling.
Yeah. I'm telling you, because there's like every like brands take from other brands and put their label on it, and they shit gonna sell more than the other ones. Like they mostly do that shit. They take shit from small brands, put it to their brand, and slap their label on there, and people are gonna pay that just because of the label. But you got the same shit. It's kind of like the Champion shit now.
Yeah.
I don't know where this came from.
I don't know where the fuck Champion got popping. I don't like it. I hate it. I'm not wearing Champion.
And I was in Walmart the other day. True story. I was in Walmart. This is not even about travel, but I was in Walmart the other day, and they had Polo.
Walmart?
When did Walmart get Polo? I don't care.
Not the U.S. Polo. You talking about like?
I don't care. It's
the tiny Polo.
Polo.
They had, I mean,
and little horse polo, not big horse where the nigga be like this. Nah, it was a
Little polo.
Little polo,
yeah.
With the actual US polo stick.
Yeah, they got all the horse and shit, everything. Yeah. It'd be like that. Nah, yeah, that's wild though. I didn't know Walmart was selling polo.
Bro, they selling polo. It was right next to the Texas one.
Wait, hold on. You said you don't care if it's USPA.
No, polo is polo. What? Wait, hold on. I'm talking about selling. I'm not wearing United States Polo Assassination or whatever it stands for.
Association, but yes, it's assassination.
Whatever. Yeah,
no, I'm with you. It's assassination to me as well.
You are absolutely right. And you also said something about brands taking another idea and slapping their brand on it. I was thinking about, was it Balenciaga? Was it whoever selling the trash bags?
Probably Balenciaga. They usually do some shit like that.
See that Payless experiment?
Wait,
the Payless experiment.
When they opened up, what is it? They changed their name from Payless to Palazzi. So all their regular Payless shoes, they changed their shoes to different fancy names.
Wait. You never seen that, real?
Palazzi.
You never saw that?
Palazzi.
Bro, that was like, they did this shit probably about 2 years.
I don't remember when they did it, but it pops up on my timeline every once in a while.
They did this shit a while. Yeah, they did this shit a while back, bro. I kid you not. I kid you not, bro. They did this shit a couple years ago, and like legit, they showed like this is Payless. They literally took the sign down, made a new sign.
And you know what the crazy part about it is? They were asking people, "What would you pay for this shoe?"
Mm-hmm.
And I would pay.
Palazzi.
I would pay $600 for this shoe. Damn shoe costs $30.
But you know though, Palazzi do sound like
that shit sound.
Do you hear what you're saying? Based off of, I don't even know what the word is. Based off of just how people spend their money based off of brands. You see what I'm saying? Oh, it sound nice. It sound like I would spend about $400-500 in this store. And people actually, like, they were selling shoes, but they gave everybody their refund back after they told them, like, this is actually a Payless shoe. They're like, no. Like, yes, it is. Like, they recorded all these people. It was a social experiment.
Bring them shoes back that had the spinning time.
I'm not. Ooh, the Dadas. I had some of them hoes, dog. Them hoes was fire.
I thought they were the Spreewells?
Fire. Huh? Yeah.
How dumb was
that? Yeah.
How dumb was that to have some spinning shoes?
Them hoes was fire. I don't care what nobody say. Them motherfuckers was fire. I had some of them hoes, and every time I would dribble and stop on a dime, I would pose, and you would look at my shit just spinning. Just spinning. You know what I'm saying? I'd be coming down full court and hit your ass. Ha! And you just see my shit spinning.
It's like them see-through shoes. When your socks used to be foggy, when your shoes be foggy because your feet were so high.
They didn't think them shoes through, man.
Because them Dadas didn't last long. I think I played them hoes for a week and a half, and them hoes busted. So
I bet the wheel just kept running off down the court.
Hey, matter of fact, I think it did.
Now, when it comes to let me ask y'all a question.
Oh,
since we talking about shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all women wear socks when they go to the airport?
Yes, my lady wears a whole.
Yes.
I got a closet here that she did overtake, but I had to move her stuff to her closet. She got a whole bunch of kicks. A whole bunch of kicks, and she be damn if she go anywhere and not wear them motherfuckers. All them J's she got, she wearing them
in the airport with no socks. I
don't understand why people do that, and they know they the way they are.
We know.
We know. You're right. We know.
It's not always. As many people as I see, it's not always.
Well, it's different for him.
I can say don't wash their hands in the bathroom.
No,
You can say that.
I mean,
Right to the
I've seen
plane.
so many of that, and I get disgusted every time I see
I be
that.
like, man, I'm working. I can't say nothing. I be like, bro, you ain't gonna wash your hands. People they just look.
Yeah.
I be like,
Yes. That's why. And okay. And I mean, I guess we could go ahead. I can alley-oop this into a question of mine. You see that?
Okay.
I'm assuming that's probably why airplanes are the grossest. Like one of the grossest places to be.
It's a number of things.
It's one. I'm saying that's one of the things. Yeah, it's a number. It's like
you can throw that. You can throw that in there as a thing. I mean,
feel like that's a lot. That's a lot of people that be on the plane. Pissy hands.
They go to the mall. You know, everybody touching clothes, trying on clothes. But when it comes to the airport, you got people from all over the world, all over the U.S.
Yeah, my fiance. I was already like making sure that anytime I got on a flight, I would make sure that like my ear is clean. But the first time I got on a plane with my fiance, she like popped open her backpack, pulled out Lysol wipes and everything, and just started rubbing everything down. And I was like, "What you doing?" And she started describing. I was like, "Damn, you right. Give me like 3 of them hoes." And just started wiping the seat, all of that shit. And now, anytime I get on a flight, like whatever seat I'm sitting in, the little armrests, wipe that. I wipe the seat. I wipe the back. I'm sitting there like, damn. Like, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's crazy.
What was I about to say? Damn, I just had it in my head too. But yeah, like going through security, you know, everybody put their shoes in the bin, and then so my number one tip for going through security is come to the table with nothing out and your pockets empty, but be prepared to take something out. All the wait time is everybody getting undressed at the last minute and taking their time getting redressed on the other side. Mm-hmm. To be honest, it's mainly us men because we got the most stuff in our pockets. Women, you know, they typically don't have any pockets. They can't fit much. Everything all in their purse. We got stuff in our pockets. Mm-hmm. So if we put most of the stuff that we have on us in our carry-on, it's less work at the table. Mm-hmm. And less germs too, because everybody put their shoes in the bin, and then people put their what in the bin? They put their phone in the bin, and then people put their phone on their face. Mm-hmm. I'm like, why y'all putting that? I remember during the pandemic, people putting their mask inside the tray. Why you putting your mask in the tray? Who said take your mask off? Put it back on. What you doing?
I'll be so
and then, you know another thing that irked me? Why you putting your cell phone and wallet inside your shoe? Why? Oh, so it won't fall out. So your bag is not just as good.
I don't want to
lose it in my bag.
I put everything that's in my pockets. I put everything in my backpack.
You will never use the tray for it.
Well, for the phone, unless I completely forget. 9 times out of 10, everything is going into my backpack, and I put my backpack there. So that way, I just grab like sometimes, like especially like say because we're usually good about getting to the airport very early, so we don't have to rush. But if there is a time where I have to like go ahead and hit the skates and get to the gate, I just grab my backpack because I know everything's in there. I grab my backpack, I put my shoes on, and I'm out. But I never really do that. We're always in line, already putting stuff in, shoes already off. Like we got a jacket, it's already off, like ready to go. Because I'm not trying to spend time in that line. Once I'm there, I'm trying to get out.
And a lot of people don't comprehend that they could use their bag for that stuff. Oh, I thought I had to use the tray. I'm like, no, the TSA, they tell y'all to throw stuff in the tray because people come up to the table at the last minute with everything on them. So the quickest thing sometimes is to just throw it in the tray because it's right there. But if you come up to the table with your pockets already empty, throw that stuff in the bag, throw your belt buckle in the bag, even if your jacket can fit, because sometimes people's jacket fall out of their trays or get caught in the machine. You can even throw that in the bag. It just needs to be secure. It don't even have to fit. It just needs to make sure it don't fall out or you don't lose it.
That's true, because I remember when we were coming back from New York on yesterday morning. Lady was like, make sure you put everything. She was giving all the instructions. I was like, she yelled at the guy in front of her. I told Chaz, I said, please, let's do everything we need to do because I don't want to get yelled at in front of all of these. So they was like, make sure everything is out of your pocket. So I put everything that was in my pocket in my backpack, like you said, Chester. Now listen now. So when you
actually read the text?
I listen. I finished it eventually. It took a while. It took the whole flight.
He made it seem like the text was this long.
It took the whole flight for me to read that.
Oh my gosh! He arrived at the airport an hour before his flight. That's why he had time to read it.
I said flight. Justin, you in the past. So listen. So I went through the security. Like, put your hands up. I put my hands up or whatever. And the guy was like, so I was like, oh, okay, I'm cool. He was like, can you empty your pockets? I was like, huh? And I went, oh, I left the hotel key. Oh, I thought they was about to search me. I was like, sir, I am so sorry. My God. He was like, it's okay. I said, no, y'all told me that I should take everything out of my pocket. He was like, sir, it's okay. I said, sir, where do I get a fine? Do I gotta go to jail? I am sorry. I am sorry for leaving my hotel.
What? That boy was so nervous.
He was frustrated me. He was like, he was a white man. He was like, nigga, come on. I was like, yes, sir. I just went. And he was so frustrated with me. Nigga, come on. Nigga, come on. I'm sick of this nigga.
Hey, just get out, bro. Just get out.
Oh, bro. Hey,
don't lie. Well, you know, the nigga part
idiot,
lie, you know,
bro.
I'd have been on news that day.
Nah, you definitely would have been out there. You would have still been in New York, nigga.
I'd still been in New York right now.
Still would have been in New York, nigga.
I've been flighting Chester. Hey, I would have watched out from the prison set. I'd have had all the inmates.
Don't
hey, turn my niggas on the TV. Hey, my niggas on the TV. That's me. I'm on that show.
Oh,
the prison inmates and they're like, nigga, you ain't on that show. You ain't here with us.
You know how many people can't comprehend emptying their pockets? There's a difference between
one of them.
You forgot or you just didn't feel it.
I didn't feel it.
There's a difference between
me. I'm niggas.
You'll tell somebody to empty their pockets, and I'm saying, hey, did you empty your pockets? And they say yes. I'll push the button. They'll come out, and I'll say, sir, what do you have in your pocket? It's my wallet. And I'm just like,
I just told you.
I don't work it.
Nah, see, yeah. I deal with stupid shit like that at
people
work
blame
now.
TSA for everything moving slow. So the concept is every time TSA stops one person, everybody behind them stops for a brief moment.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
But let me ask y'all a question. Everybody in here got ladies. Ask y'all a question. How do y'all as brothers feel about girls' trips?
I don't have no problem with my wife going on the girls' trip.
Okay, I seen a story the other day about, I can't remember exactly, and I should have saved it. It was something about how a dude, it may have been a post, not a story, and he was saying if your girl gotta go on girls' trips, then basically that's not the kind of girl you want. That's basically
if you tuned in right now, please make sure that you like the video.
The meme or something like that.
Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and please make sure that you ring that bell to be notified whenever we go live.
Like I said, I can't remember exactly. I wish I would have saved it, but that's the question. If your girl going to girls trip, not question statement. Your girl going to girls trip, that's not a girl for you. But why does she need to go on girls trips? The post
the same reason niggas want to go on a guy trip,
and that's a different story.
I thought the same thing, Flight.
Yeah, I mean, like the same reason as to why niggas want to go on a guy's trip, like a fella's trip.
Let me ask y'all this: does it matter where she's going?
I feel like when it comes to that, then now it becomes a problem. You got to really look within. I'm not worried. Wherever Kate want to go with her friends. No, well, I know my woman, she wants to go somewhere. Matter of fact, she just went on a little girl's trip. She just went on a girl's trip. She just went on a girl's trip, but let me tell you where she went. As a matter of fact, y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead. Amuse me with where y'all think she went.
I got her Instagram, so I know.
Real, god damn it.
ER?
Nope. Well, Darrell, that's right. Darrell, since you looked at her Instagram, where'd she go?
Let me tell you why that make me mad. That's why I want to say it.
Wait.
There's a difference. See, your girl went to Yellowstone.
Yeah.
My baby went to Miami.
Yeah,
That's two different levels.
That is two different places.
That's two different places.
I mean,
I wanted her to go to
I will
Yellowstone.
say,
It's
I
just
will
rocks
say,
and moose.
City girls.
I will say, Kate did go to Miami on like it wasn't a girls trip. It was her and one of her homegirls. They went to Miami, but I ain't give a damn.
Look at the chat.
They say in the chat.
I want Durant. Don't make me come up there. Don't make me come up there.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Chaz,
we
pull
gotta wrap it
up.
up.
Chaz, pull up. Chaz, pull up.
Not on stream.
Chaz, pull up.
Wait till I hang up first.
Chaz, pull up.
No.
Chaz, pull up.
No, don't pull up, please. I'm about to fight back, and I'm gonna look like the victim. I mean, I'm gonna look like the criminal when I'm in the fight. I'm fighting for my life. I don't care. Hey, no, listen. To me, no. And all jokes aside, I don't see the problem with it. But I was wondering because that post didn't make sense to me. I one of the things I said coming into our, I want you to go out and have your fun, whether that's travel, whatever. And we all need our time ourselves. Anyway,
y'all give me 2 seconds, all right? Give me 2 seconds. I'm about to turn on my camera right quick.
No, do you think?
You're good. But
all right.
that was the thing, though, Flight. Like for me, I didn't see the point of the post. Like, why is it bad for your girl to go on a girls trip?
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily. I don't think it's necessarily bad for your woman to go on a girls trip. And I don't know what happened to Rel's camera. I guess Chaz came in there.
My camera messed up?
Yeah, your camera not pulling up.
I can see him.
Mine's like, let's see. Cause I had to switch the grid, but it ain't pulling up on the stream.
Hold on, let me cut off. Come back on real quick.
Yeah,
I see it on the YouTube.
There you go.
Am I good to go now?
Hold on. It still show that picture perfect.
On me.
There we go. See.
Hit the clouds, Fly. Hit the clouds.
Hey, see, because that's really just the devil really trying to work again, but we still here striving and everything he trying. But to go into your point, I don't understand why it's a big deal.
It could be a number of things. It could be people whispering in other people's ear and listening to other people's experience. Oh yeah, I had a friend I used to date, and she did this and that when she went on the girls trip.
I take that back. It's not so much that I don't understand why. I do understand why. It's just the age that we live in. Like for me, I don't understand because I don't have to worry about that.
Right.
Just like she doesn't have to worry about that with me. But
niggas buy you a drink.
You said what?
It could be also company too. Like,
bro, niggas was buying her drinks or trying to buy her drinks while I was with her. Like, matter of fact, it happens everywhere. Exactly. It happens everywhere.
Not everybody can handle the pressure though.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It comes down to those dudes having to look within. It's insecurities. I feel like
that's what Charmin just said.
I feel
insecurity.
Like
he just said in the chat.
Yeah. It has to be insecurities.
In the airport with me. My wife used to work in the airport with me. She used to tell me all the time, all the people that used to try to talk to her, passengers, employees, pilots, and shit like that.
It happens. Like I literally
those stories.
I do too. Look, check me out. We was somewhere 2 weeks ago out here. Just chilling. And I don't know why I'm hearing some type of feedback. Somebody got it. I'm hearing feedback in my ear. That's why I'm hearing like somebody like the stream or something. Okay, it's gone now. I had to make sure I was hearing the stream in my ear. So anyway,
can't do nothing. So
yeah, technical difficulties. Once again, the devil trying to work, but
can't win.
He can't win. 2 weeks ago, we was out somewhere out here. We went to a little spot, and it was like a little bar was jumping, like older crowd, cool little vibe. And we outside, we talking to our friends, having a conversation, and like it's me and a couple of the homies I was talking to, and then Kate and a homegirl right here, like off to the side. We by each other, but it's not like we right next to each other. Dude come out, see me, see all of us, see her, walk past, back up, and started like trying to approach her, like talking about something. Hey, so I literally was talking and I seen it. Stopped. I was like, hey, my man, she's spoken for. So you gonna have to try the next one. As simple as that. Like it is what it is. But there's a lot, it's like you said, I can handle that. That's why I say it goes down to the insecurities. Because I can handle that shit.
Some people don't know how to deliver it, and some people don't know how to accept it too.
Yeah, I can accept that because honestly, because what I told
like those people.
Yeah. Because the dude, and I mean, if he didn't accept it, then it just would have to be what it is. Then we just gonna have to get scrapping. I was ready for that. It's whatever. But when I said that she was spoken for, he kind of like sized me up. And I sized him up too, like, cause okay, like just to make sure to see if he ready to scrap. And he was like, "Oh, my fault, dog." You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know. I was like, "It's all good." I take that as a compliment because that means I'm doing something correct.
But it's like when people do that was like a test. You see what I'm saying? Like he was trying to me, I felt like he was trying to test you to see how you was gonna respond to that.
He knew. No, he absolutely knew because he looked at me first.
I know thick.
First off, I don't even know how I feel about you saying I'm a thick nigga.
Wait, what did he say?
I don't know how I feel about that. I have no idea how I feel about you bringing that shit back.
One of my fans calls him Thunder Thighs. So I was saying when he was sizing him up, he was thick, and he was like, "I ain't fighting no thick nigga." Like, you a thick nigga, bro.
I mean, I accept it. I just don't know how I feel about you calling me that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just you feel me? Like
I guess that's your part when you say don't cancel me, huh?
Hey, exactly. Hit the horn on me one time.
Y'all need to have a buzzer or something.
It's stupid. But nah, for sure. I think that's what it all come down to, though. Honestly.
Somebody say sus.
That's Charm, man.
Yeah, Charm don't want me to roast him on this trip. Listen, hey. I don't want to embarrass him in front of the national team.
Hey man, I don't need him coming down 10 minutes over here telling me about it either.
We going a little over today. Today is that kind of episode. We're going a little over today.
Oh, that's fine.
So my question to you, last thing I want to touch on before we got some stuff me and Flight was talking about, text that we want to go at your way. But last part of this conversation. So your Breakfast Club interview is, for those who don't know who the Breakfast Club is, Charlamagne the God, DJ Angela E, who
that's no longer. I don't think they either. I don't think it's a show. It's
not
a show
like
anymore.
Sometime in October, because she got her own platform that
right. Lip Service.
And
right?
she told them.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, Lip Service.
Yeah. So shout out to them. Hopefully I get on. Me and Flight be on Lip Service one day. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
But
I'll be on the show with
my
her.
question. So you had an interview on there that didn't go the way that you planned, I would say.
Pretty much.
And the topic, he was a caller, and the topic was basically manifestation. And I guess other people was calling in dreams and stuff that they have. And at the time, you had wrote a book, and you manifesting that book took off. So we'll post the link on the Don't Cancel Me page, and we'll tell you what to fast forward to. But for right now, how was that experience, and how did you feel after? Well, how did you feel before, and how did you feel during, and how did you feel after?
So I was trying to get on the Breakfast Club. I'll probably say maybe like a month. I wasn't really trying every day. I probably have my days where I try, because I had 3 days off at the time, and I take my kids to school. So, early in the morning. I call when I get a chance. I probably call them maybe like 20 times, and then the time elapsed. But I probably got through. The third time I got through, I was actually able to, talk to them on the phone. First 2 times I was in the queue, and when you're in the queue, it's not guaranteed that they're going to pick you. So I got picked up, and it was like the perfect topic, manifestation. Because regardless, I was going to talk about my book. So finally got on the phone, and I didn't expect to get on the phone at that time. I was driving on the way home. So I'm like trying to talk to them on Bluetooth speaker and stuff like that. You could hear like my phone ringing, text messages and stuff. So I'm telling them about the book, how I'm trying to motivate myself to promote it a little bit better, because it's something that people need, and I know it'll be useful in the travel industry. It's just so much as reaching the right people for it to take off, pretty much. So with that being said, I was like, even if it took me being on the corner trying to sell a book or going to different stores trying to hand out books for free or whatever the case may be. So Charlemagne, he chimed in and he was like, you know, he wasn't trying to knock me, but he was like, he don't know whether people need my book or if they just need TSA pre-check or clear. And now that I think about it, it's like everything that I wanted to say, it couldn't come out really at that time because it's live. I know I only got like moments to talk, so it's like pretty much whatever came off the tip of my tongue. But the way he responded, the way I wanted to respond was, that statement right there alone is why people need my book. It's like, how many people know what TSA pre-check is? Do y'all know what TSA pre-check is?
Yeah.
I don't know how to. I know.
We actually just got it not too long ago. We talked
Y'all
about
have
it.
y'all have y'all pre-check number already?
Yeah, we got all of that taken care of. We figured that out, but we did that just because we saw certain shit and we wanted to know what that was, and we did our own.
Like, hey, what's that line over there? Why it moving so quick?
Yeah, we want to do our research. So now, like, anytime we go, that's what we in.
Do y'all know what clear is?
Yeah, I know a little bit about it.
City, at the airport, like if you sign up a trial or something, I said no.
So you just found out that time when y'all just went.
I seen it, but no, I don't exactly know.
The whole purpose of my book is to give people the knowledge that they need or that they may need based off of their travel. You know, You got people that travel once a year, twice a year. You know, they might not care, but you got people that travel every so often. This is stuff that people might want to have, especially if you travel during the holidays.
Right.
Like, in my opinion, the best combination is Global Entry and Clear. Y'all know what Global Entry is?
Yeah, I've heard of Global Entry.
I know. I don't know what it is. I've never been.
So, Global Entry is it's a program, but it comes with pre-check. So flight, you pay $85 for pre-check, right?
Yeah.
If you use a certain credit card, you could have got reimbursed it. Global Entry is for customs, for U.S. customs. So it's pretty much international travel. So when you travel international and you're coming back into the States, you go through a faster process going through customs. And, you know, that's how you get in. You check in a little bit faster coming back.
Right.
But it's $100 for 5 years. Pre-check is $85. That was a $15 difference for something that you may or may not need, depending on how often you travel international. I'd rather pay the extra $15 whether I use it or not.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
But if I'm traveling international and then I go through customs, I'm like, damn, I wish I would have paid that $15. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people, I put so much stuff in the book. There's so much stuff online that people overlook or, you know, don't understand. I condense it to the point where it's like, hey, here's a list of stuff you might need, or you might need to know. Like, you know the size limit for liquids, gels, aerosols, and creams when going through security?
Like what, 3.5, something like that?
3.4 ounces.
4.
Anything above is supposed to go in your check bag, right? But you know how you pretty much can't bring water, right?
Yeah.
You can bring water, it just gotta be frozen.
I never knew that.
I wish I would.
You gotta check the website.
I've never ever knew that. I've never knew that.
It gotta be frozen when you go through. It can't be like once upon a time frozen. It gotta be majority frozen.
Once upon a time. I can see it. They trying to get through that hole. It was frozen before.
Yeah, some people do say that. Like, it was. Nah, it's not. But yeah, funny. you gotta freeze it. So it's like there's like some simple TSA hacks or airport hacks. Like, you can see all the wait times for all the security checkpoints on the Houston Airport System website.
So
and
my bad. Do they? So
go ahead.
With that being said, do they have that for every? I'm gonna assume, but once again, airport guru, do they have that for every airport, or is it just in Houston? You can see the wait time for every TSA.
I want to say at least most major ones. I don't know about the little ones, but at that point, it's like, unless I'm traveling to the airport, I would research. Like,
Right.
all right, so I had a flight. I was visiting my mom in, what was that, July, and in New Orleans.
Yeah.
MSY. A lot for people who don't know what MSY is. That's the airport code for Louis Armstrong. Bush has its own airport code, IAH, Hobby, HOU. Make sure when people traveling to Houston, y'all know what airport y'all flying into. Because people be booking flights and they be at the wrong airport.
Wrong airport.
I did that once when I was a kid, but that was before I was the guru.
Yeah. Well, I know, because if you'd have missed it now, you ain't no guru.
Nah, like they literally have people come up and I'm like, bro, you at the wrong airport, and they think we joking. I'm like, no, you're supposed to be at Hobby, and Hobby is 45 minutes away. But if you make that mistake, you can go to the counter and they can try to transfer you to the current airport if the flight is available for you to get on, opposed to you
get transferred.
Yeah, sometimes it's a fee though. Sometimes it depends on who you dealing with.
That's another thing I ain't really know.
I bet it is. Seriously,
But
everything. I know.
not to get off topic. So MSY, they rearranged the whole airport, like the whole completely, and I ain't never been since they rearranged it. So what I did was I went on MSY's main website. It had the map of the whole airport. It showed me different checkpoints. It showed me what level to go to what. So by me looking at that website, I was able to figure out the whole airport as if I've been there like 5, 6, 7 times already. So it really just depends. Do your research. A lot of people don't go on Houston Airport System website to know, the wait times and things like that, or the stores. It shows the restaurants, how many bathrooms where, and things like that. Even if you go on Google Maps, you can actually see your gate and how to navigate through the airport on Google Maps.
I didn't know that shit neither.
Yeah, you gotta pinch it and zoom in a little bit more.
That's very interesting. That's something. Rubman, that said,
take my. I need a book. Take my money now.
So, have y'all ever heard about Denver International?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about it?
And how it has a lot of conspiracy in the airport.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I haven't heard about that one.
It's like haunted in some sort.
Like it's like symbolisms in all the pictures on the wall.
Illuminati type shit.
They have that's exactly what it is. Illuminati. They have gargoyles.
I'm about to say Denver is crazy.
Nah, yeah, that's my fiance. So every time we flew in there.
I've been to the most.
Yeah.
Besides Houston, I've been to Denver International.
Denver is scary.
And there's some gargoyles above the bathroom.
It's tunnels underneath, and it's if you've never been to Denver at night, that shit is completely different than being at Denver Airport like during the day. Like it's an eerie. It's a night or some shit. No, it's just I don't know shit. It's an eerie.
But you better not go to Denver.
It's an eerie feeling. It's an eerie feeling being at Denver's airport at night.
It's
like
weird.
It's weird pictures. It's like they're like the people that
thing up. They do a switch nighttime now. We got everybody else. They got to come out.
Yeah, bro. It's like the pictures that they design and that they put up in like the porches and everything that's throughout the airport has like these weird ass sketchy symbolisms.
A horse with red eyes.
Like
I was going to say that.
The horse with red eyes. Yeah, the horse with red eyes. Yes.
Gargoyles. Did anybody not hear me?
Yes, the gargoyles above the bathroom
in Denver.
But it depends. It depends.
That old cartoon show as a kid.
Gargoyles, yeah.
They hanging out. They like, enter here. Walking through.
It depends on
Halloween all year.
Yeah, it's hella creepy, and I believe that horse is like in the front of the airport, like or inside. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's like right when you coming up on it's right in the front.
I asked my auntie. I got some family that live in Colorado Springs.
Hey, I'm telling you, they gonna know. I went there too. Like I guarantee you, everybody that they know about the conspiracies.
What if that's their thing?
Conspiracy, like a horse with red eyes. Then that's a crazy ass. That's some crazy shit. Because I ain't never seen a horse with red eyes.
Now you didn't create a tourist. People might want to go see it now.
Yeah, that could be. No, I mean, I can definitely see that, but that shit eerie as fuck. Yeah,
I mean, New Orleans, we got voodoo and stuff like that. People want to go see the crazy shit that, like, voodoo is. I'm like, bro, ain't nobody do all that.
You can miss me on that shit too. You about to make a voodoo doll out of me. Fuck out of here.
Certain people want to go see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
High
glad.
five. Damn.
All right,
Yeah.
Kate.
But
Not you though.
as far as the end of the interview, the way Charlemagne was pretty much questioning the whole book opposed to uplifting me, it's like I know how he is, and it's like he also kind of creates an audience just to have people chime in. And it sounded bad, but then it's like at the end of the day, it also had people on my side as well.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day. But like I said, I just didn't have enough time to really say what I wanted to say to sell him without giving away the whole book.
Right.
Because, he was like, what he said, it was like the way he questioned me at the end, and you'll know the moment. He was like, all right, if I don't have pre-check or clear, how do I get through security? And then I paused for a second, and I was like, well, how do I say it's in the book without saying what's in the book? And without not, discouraging people from getting the book. And it was really hard to really put it in words. It was just so much as, here's the information of what you may not know and what you need to know in the palm of my book. You see what I'm saying? Everything that's online is internet accessible. You can research, but you can research for hours, or you can read this book in less than a half an hour. It's saving people money, saving people time. Knowledge is power. And why is there so much information online and people get confused? But who's winning? The airline.
My boy, do the step dad, hey, the step dad, hey, hit the step dad, hey.
But it's like, who's winning when you run late for your flight?
You said what?
Who's winning when you run late for your flight? The airline. The airport.
Yeah,
you spending the hotels. The Ubers, everybody winning but you.
Everybody but you. Yep.
That's where that was going. I'm trying to encourage people to want to know more. You got people who travel all the time. I'm like, you might travel more than me, but I'm in this airport more than you. With that being said, I'm trying to give you, I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong. I'm not saying it's incorrect, but there's always a better way to do things to increase your knowledge.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You might have been cooking grits, the slowest way all your life until you met somebody like, hey, do this, do that. And it turns out way better. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying, here, listen to what I got to say. Try it out. See how it turned out. Oh, nah, don't talk to me. I got it. I know what I'm doing. I'm like, well, if you listen, I actually didn't need that. Oh, what you need? I'm like, I'm trying to tell you. You gonna let me talk? So I'm trying. I put everything in the form of a book so where people can comprehend everything. Like I said, online on TSA.gov, if you type in something, it'll tell you pretty much everything you need to know about it. Like if you type in water, it'll tell you everything about water. You can't bring this, you can't bring that. You can bring this, bring it frozen. You see what I'm saying? But I put everything in better context versus, what people experience and what they think they know. And I have it to where people can understand it a little bit better.
Right.
Like people that's flying with babies. I've seen people throw their formula away. I'm like, why are you throwing it away? Oh, we can't take it. I was like, who told you that? You can bring formula for your child. Oh, I didn't know. You see what I'm saying? People treat the airport like a theme park. They come up there and they think they can figure it out when they get there. Or they asking their friend and they said, I'm like, who's they?
Bro, man.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to increase the knowledge on the traveling public so people can move through the airport a little bit more efficiently, a little bit better, and it's less crazy. There's always going to be a line.
Right.
All right, you're not the only one traveling. The plane isn't made for you. They got hundreds of people trying to fly out every day, thousands. All right, don't ever go to the airport and think there's not going to be a line. You might get those little unicorns every once in a while when you're like, damn, where to go? Everybody trying to follow somebody. Where's everybody? Just walk. You're going to make it. Just walk, snake. You ain't got to look for nobody to follow. Just nobody's here yet. And by the time you get through security and look back, they got 50 people behind you trying to line up. There's always going to be a line. That was another thing that I couldn't really answer. He was like, why is there so many people in the damn line? Like, damn, is the airport only made for you? Do you have a reservation to take over the whole airport?
Which I find funny because I know like they ain't just like A-list celebs, but I also know that they've been around enough to where they could probably have an escort, no matter what.
So, as many celebrities that I've seen in the airport, not everybody just. It's not like what you think. Like, oh, I need an escort. It really depends on the status of power. And the most people that have the most money,
they're not flying in an airport. They're using a PJ. They
using a private jet, or they just moving and not saying nothing. Like
right.
Do you fly with United?
I've flown with United once.
So United, they got different programs. They got Premier Access, I think Premier 1K, and I forgot if they got one more after that. But the top tier status for United is Global Services. Global Services, you pretty much got to get invited to the program. You got to spend so much money. They'd be like, "Hey, we like your business.
Mm-hmm.
Here's this service." Like you can't just get it.
Right.
It ain't about miles. It's about money.
Right.
And with the Global Services line next to the pre-check line, because when pre-check first came out, people were so entitled, like, oh, I got pre-check, I ain't got to take off my shoes. Man, it's $85. $85. This is a night out. $85 for 5 years. So break that up into 5 years. Anybody can pay for that as long as you can pass the background.
Mm-hmm.
Global Services, that line, not that many people be in that line. So it's like when people walk up and they're in a long pre-check line, they're like, what line is that? I'm like, oh, that's Global Services. Pretty much you ain't got money to be in that line yet. It'd be so funny sometimes watching people expressions.
So I posted a poll in the chat, or we're gonna head to the end of this. The question was, do you believe arriving to the airport 2 hours early? And 17 people voted. Is a new poll record. So like, can we get a class for that, man? That's a new poll record. Do you believe in arriving to the airport 2+ hours early? 59% said yes. 41% said no. So that's to answer that. I want to throw a couple things at you to end us off. You work in TSA. Y'all know what. I found some funny airport stories, and I got maybe a question too.
And that wasn't my only job in the airport. I was working in concessions before TSA, so it started with that. Then it fell into that. So I already had like that knowledge.
You a success story. I love it. Here we go. I want you to know how you would have handled this situation.
Okay.
This one story says, we brought my dad's ashes to Florida to spread them in the ocean.
Okay.
They were in a small bag. But TSA at MKE General Mitchell, do we know what that is?
Nah, I would have to look it up.
Okay. Like, can you let us know what that is?
I got you.
MKE General Mitchell Airport thought it was meth. My question to you is, why did they put her daddy's ashes in dime bags?
Before he answered that question, that is Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
So you got your daddy in little dime bags, little drug bags, so you could get him to. You had to break him. You had to break your daddy down like cocaine.
So what was the end result? Like they assumed that it was meth, or what? Was it a personal story that you know from somebody or something?
No, this is something that is
off of
BuzzFeed. These funny airport stories.
With that being said, a lot of these stories are fabricated. To be honest, like.
So you saying this woman didn't bring her daddy ashes on this?
No, I believe that people do come through with urns and stuff like that. Man, I've even seen, like ornaments with ashes, on the inside and stuff.
No more flights needed. They got the ultimate flight to heaven. They don't need to take no more flights. Just let them go. The hurricane and throw the urn in the air and let the wind just blow your grandfather away. There is no reason to bring ashes on the plane.
dog.
So listen,
So you got
when
the
it comes to
ultimate
that,
flight.
people actually travel with ashes more than you know. With that being said, some people have a funeral in one place and then they'll cremate them and then they'll take the urn back home. So like I live in Houston. My grandmother who passed away, she passed away in Colorado. They moved her body to Louisiana where they had their funeral. But if anybody wanted to, if they cremated her, obviously they're not going to leave it in Louisiana because everybody live elsewhere. So a lot of people do travel back home to their home state with the ashes. And for the record, TSA don't look for drugs. But like I said, if they find drugs, they would tell the authorities or whatnot. But when it comes to powder, bad stuff could be made out of powder. So with that being said, they tested. But as far as them saying
man,
like,
I
oh, they
hate
thought
you,
it was
dog.
drugs, like I said, they fabricated.
Okay, moving on. Wait, you want to go to chat? Go to chat real quick. If I move on real quick.
Bro, man said Aunt Ernestine flying high.
She flying. How you bringing her on that plane?
She got me. I can't stand, bro. I can't
Well,
stand, bro,
I mean,
man,
if
for
you
that
had an
shit.
urn, would you want to put it in your check bag or would you want to have it close?
If it's me, I'm putting my dad ashes in a Ziploc bag, and I'm gonna put him under the plane. He don't need to sit with me. For what?
Some people
got
have
the
a
best
special
seat in the
urn, though.
world.
Some people have a special urn, like a little vase, or like a box.
Chester,
They know how people. You know how some of these people be treating these luggage.
You are going under the plane.
Man, I remember I was looking through the window. I seen one of the bags fall off the damn cart, and I'm like,
You are going under the plane.
I'm looking for the representative. I'm like, ma'am, do you see out the window? One of y'all people dropped this luggage.
One of y'all people?
Bruh, I wasn't. So when I was a cashier, right? I was working near a bar in Terminal B. So I'm like literally around the gates where people board. So they'll, have drinks, buy snacks or whatever. And there's a glass window where I can see them, handle the luggage and put it under the plane.
Bro, man, that shit
And
was
you
funny,
see a lot of
bro,
people
man.
driving the carts. And their bags be kind of like stacked up. So I look while I'm doing my thing or whatever, stocking, and I'm like, damn, that's a suitcase there. And I'm like, out of all the moments of me seeing people walk around, nobody walked by the bag. There was nobody in the area to see the bag. So I just went to the gate and told the representative, I was like, hey, one of y'all baggage people down there dropped the bag. And that bag probably sat there for like 20 minutes. And in the back of my head, I'm like, when they get the luggage, they don't have that much time in between before they get it to put it on the plane. So I'm like, I don't think that bag made it to its destination. So that was somebody's bag who didn't make it. So just imagine your urn.
Daddy in Alaska.
Daddy's still in Houston while you in Alaska.
Daddy definitely in Houston. I'm not.
Daddy rolling over in
daddy-
his grave. Oh, well, not in his grave.
I'm pretty sure some people
Not
thinking
in
like
his
you putting it
grave,
under the
but-
plane, but hey, like I said, a lot of people do have it with them in their carry-on.
Like, I'm putting you underneath the plane, so that nigga that Chester talking about that's driving on the golf cart, he gonna take you and just, you better hope that lid on
But
there.
I hope you make it. Nah, he gonna open it up. He gonna open up his bag.
Because I'm going to be spreading amongst the plane.
What is that?
I'm
Bags
going
open.
to be
Those
spreading
like a
amongst the
scary
plane. What somebody roll that shit?
I got another one, y'all. Hold on, y'all shut up. Let me another one.
Aunt Ernestine.
The time when someone freaked out and opened an emergency door and no one at the airport had the key to turn off the beeping.
Oh man, so they got a lot of emergency exits. They got a lot of doors that access to the plane and stuff like that. Some of them to the gate. I remember seeing this guy out of all the places, and I've witnessed it happen. This man is gonna lean on an emergency exit door. Just casually, this man just like this. Then eventually the damn thing went off, and he looked back and just walked off.
Yeah, I would have did the same thing.
I seen a foreign guy. He didn't speak that much English. I guess since he didn't read the sign that said "Do not open," he's holding his grandchild, and he's trying to go see the planes. He's trying to show his grandchild the planes. He opens the door to try to go outside, sets off the damn alarm. Now, when the alarm go off, they got to do certain things. They got to check out, before they could just turn it off. They don't just like, oh, somebody just opened the door. They actually got to go see what's going on and stuff like that. So sometimes it'd be going off maybe like 15, 20 minutes. I remember one time when I was working in a restaurant, it made people leave because we had so many alarms in different areas of the restaurants. People got tired of the blinking and the noise and stuff like that. It was probably going off for like a half an hour. Damn near cleared out the whole restaurant.
Wow.
See, that's why you gotta have the airport guru on the show. Give him a hand, man. Give him a round of applause, man. That was
Appreciate
an incredible interview. I think we hit a record number. And before I keep going, I would just want to say something that Brumman said really quick. He said in the chat, what if the airplane goes through turbulence and Ernestine falls on your neighbor? I want you to reach over and touch your neighbor and say, neighbor, that's my auntie.
That's my auntie.
And they say love that neighbor, right?
Love
neighbor. You're right. You're absolutely right. Hey, shout out to you for coming to the show today. We hit record numbers. I think I seen 23 people watching. For us, we love the
24 word to Kobe.
We love the small accomplishments, and because of you, we was able to reach another milestone in our show today.
Glad I was able to do that with y'all.
Man, I had a good time. We cut up.
Great fucking time. Great fucking time.
You are now officially a friend of the show.
Hit that horn one time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we appreciate you. Want to support you. I know we was talking offline and you want to start a podcast and stuff like that. And you were telling me about the mental blocks and stuff that you had. But I'm here to tell you today that start your show, start your podcast, talk about, do what you are passionate about. You have the Don't Cancel Me family and all 248 of our Facebook friends, all 100 something of our Instagram people, all 100 something of our TikTok people. You have their full support in what you do, because if we love it, our people love it, and that's what's going to be more. That's going to be more important. Excuse me. And start your stuff, do your thing, bro. It's been a pleasure. You were the first guest of season 3. Let's clap it up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Gift you with a shirt like this. You just need to let me know what color you want, red or black. I haven't made any white ones, but if you want white, I can do white too. But if
I'll take red.
Yeah, okay. I will get you a shirt made. I got somebody working on it, so it'll be about 2 or 3 weeks. But I'm gonna send it to you, bro, or link up with you, and get it for you. So, what airport you work at?
Bush.
So that's right by the house. So I can hit you one day. I'm literally 10 minutes from the airport. I'm right here in Umber.
Oh, that's why you got that like
that's
you did.
Why I left that's why I left so late. Yeah.
And you see how much of a difference it made.
You're absolutely right. I would hate to live anywhere else. But I'm gonna get you a shirt, and I'm gonna get the. I'll probably just link up with you then one day when you get off or before you go in to get it for you, bro. But I want to say first off, lastly, I want to say I'm just thankful, grateful for you to be on the show today.
Absolutely. Appreciate that.
Show stuff, bro.
I got 2 things I want to close. Okay. So with the current book, it's not for sale anymore. I actually have a new book that will be coming out soon. I'll be posting more info about that in due time when I have more information to give out. You can look at people can still look at the reviews on Amazon and stuff like that. The name of the book is Shoes On or Shoes Off, but like I said, it's currently not for sale right now. But I want to end it with a couple of tips when it comes to the airport. Number one thing is time. if you don't have time, you really don't have much. Because at the end of the day, if you don't make time for forgetting your wallet at the house and not being able to actually turn back around, what other domino effect you gonna make? Two, try to be a leader in the airport. A lot of people tend to follow the nearest person opposed to actually trying to read signs and actually, ask questions. 3, do your research. Whether it's TikTok do have a lot of decent stuff, social media, but do actual physical research on physical websites. So if you're trying to find out information about your airline, go to united.com. If you're trying to figure out information about security, go to tsa.gov. It's not always just he say, she said, oh, they told me. Actually have the source information for what you need. And lastly, listen. A lot of people like to travel off of what they did at the last airport. Listen to the individual that you have in front of you, whether it's the airline, whether it's the restaurants, or whether it's security. Because a lot of people always say, last time I didn't have to take off my shoes. And that was the correct statement. The last time you didn't have to take off your shoes. But this time
was the first time I never had to take off my shoes. On our way there, coming back we did, but on the way there, I didn't have to take off my shoes. And I told you it was a whole different experience. Yeah, you were absolutely right. What happened last time is not going to be what happens next time.
It's just like going by your grandma's house versus being at home. If your grandma say take off your shoes right before you walk in my house, you're going to take off them shoes. You ain't going to say, well, my mama ain't never have to tell me that. Like, no, you're going to take off your shoes, right? So a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people travel off the last airport. Don't do that. Just listen to whatever the person at the table tell you to do at your table. Because, they got multiple tables. You might be hearing somebody across the way like, no, what you looking across the street for? Worry about the house you at. Worry about the table you at. Okay, and not every airport's different. Every individual you run into is different. So whoever told you to do one thing last time, disregard it. Right. So whatever you did, like you said, it's the first time I never have to take off my shoes. Whatever happened at that moment, disregard it when you get to the next airport because it might be something different. Gotcha. But the key thing to getting through security efficiently, like I said, come up to the table with nothing out, have everything put away, be prepared to take something out because sometimes you might not need to take out any electronics.
All right, take it. What's your spiel and take us out of here?
Listen, first off, I want to echo the same sentiments that my brother Rel said. Thank you for coming on the show and gracing us with this knowledge because, I learned some stuff that I didn't even know. So I appreciate you being on the show and taking the time out of your day to be here with us. As far as any socials or anything, if you want to go ahead and let people know where they can find you on social media, please make sure you plug yourself in right now.
All right. My name is pretty much almost the same for every platform, I believe. TikTok, Instagram, Houston Airport Guru. Same with Twitter. I've been more active a little bit more on TikTok as well, posting, a lot of funny content, just like the fashion versus security type thing. But yeah, Houston Airport Guru.
Absolutely. And please make sure that y'all go ahead and support Chester. Make sure that y'all go ahead and follow him on all social medias, Houston Airport Guru. Once again, I do want to echo the sentiments. Appreciate you being the first guest of season 3. And thank you to everybody tuning in. Like Rel said, we did hit a record. It's small. It's the little things. 24 people was tuned in. We appreciate everybody showing love, everybody that shares, everybody that likes, everybody that tells a friend to tell a friend to watch the podcast. We appreciate all of that. If you have not already, please make sure that you like the video. Please make sure that you leave a comment after this stream is over with, and make sure that you ring the bell to be notified whenever we go live or whenever we post a video. And on that note, this has been season 3, episode 3 with the Houston Airport Guru. We appreciate everybody showing us love, man. Until next time, we out. Peace.
All right, peace.